the offseason, firing offensive coordinator Luke Getsy. Me and Steve are going to break it all down, talk about it right after this.
Tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Haize, joined by Steve-O himself in the building. What's going on, Steve-O?
Man. It's been a long time waiting.
Hey, listen, I was getting a little nervous there, but I will say this. We'll talk about it a little bit. This may signal that Matt Eberflus is returning as head coach. But with that said, the Bears have now officially removed Luke Getsy and his staff on the offensive side of the ball. He's now officially fired. It was the writing was on the wall. We all knew that this was coming. So him and the quarterback coach and a lot of offensive, basically the whole offensive coaching staff. I think the only one that they're holding on to is a wide receivers coach, if I'm not mistaken. Has been removed. I mean, listen, it is what it is. It's been removed by the Chicago Bears. Steve-O, how you feeling about this, brother?
I feel like I said, I came in with my shades on, with my Ray Charles impersonation. Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no goddamn more. Hey, as y'all know, I done broke down so much film. I done broke down so many games when it comes to this man, Luke Getsy. The man is trash. He's trash. He's been trash. He's been showing you for 2 years how trash he is. I don't know what took you so long to come up to this decision, but I'm just glad that you got there. So it's a long time coming. It shows you that they really looked at and really took the time to go over the season, looking at all the games we lost, all the games we won, and it just wasn't enough. Yeah, you doubled our wins. We appreciate that, but we shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. There are so many games we could have won. We could have easily won 10 games if we just learned how to finish games better. And you just called some decent, better plays. But because you just couldn't get the fundamental game style of football down, you couldn't get the rhythm, you didn't know the feeling of the game, you just didn't cut as a play caller, and you lost us more games than you won us. So yeah, it was a long time coming. We fired the I don't know. You said the whole offensive side besides the wide receiver coach. I know
the offensive, the receivers coach is the only one whose name isn't listed in here specifically. He could be removed too, but they just haven't named it. So,
but yeah, I seen they dropped the QB coach, which is like I'm glad they did that, because like one thing we know about Justin is his footwork is not the best. And that's the main thing for a quarterback. If you're going to teach them to be a successful quarterback, you get his feet right. So for 2 years, we haven't been able to get his feet right. I'm looking at the QB coaches, because that's what your job is. So you're going to, alongside, like you said, the rest of the whole line. The offense has been shaky since we got, no matter what talent we brought up in here, it's been shaky. So yeah, they lost their job.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the defensive side of the ball, they made steadily improvements. That's not to say the areas didn't improve with the offense too, but the way that I look at it, the offense improved because your talent improved. It didn't improve because you were coached better. It didn't improve because the technique got better. It didn't improve because you outcoached a lot of teams. The defense, the talent got better there too, but you saw how the defense was doing different things at times, getting creative when how they use certain players, except the Justin Jones in coverage. That was just stupid.
Right.
But outside of that, really, a lot of things. So yeah, it makes sense that this was the first step in domino to fall. I will say this though, the fact that Matt Eberflus was not announced as part of this probably does mean that he's staying on.
I mean, I think we all knew that it was a good chance that he was going to stay, and I'm not too upset if he does, because like we've all seen, when you put around the proper team and a proper staff, it takes a lot of pressure off you as a head coach. So the whole problem that Eberflus ran into, he wanted to be a CEO, but he didn't get the right people in the coaching staff in order for him to be that. So he ended up having to join and be a play caller on defense because he got the wrong DC. He ended up
we may have got update here. Shefty saying Matt Eberflus is staying on.
Like I said,
I'm gonna go
I think
research
we all
myself.
knew that.
Keep going.
Yeah. But I think we all knew that was going to happen. Like, one thing you want to do is, no matter what, when you see what we hired that man for defense, to get our defense right, and like you said, to be the CEO. What you just didn't do is you didn't handle the CEO the best, but you did one of the things that we asked you to do right. And I will say, if you look at like the Atlanta Falcons, for example, that's an example of a coach that lost their locker room. That man went out there and said it was a offensive decision, not a coaching decision, an offensive decision to go for first. That tells me you don't have the locker room. Unfortunately, if we looked at all the games that we've been looking at the end and the beginning, you listen to all the players talk from Brisker to Sweat, they love Flus.
Yeah,
They
the
love
players
Flus.
do love, and that's when me and Bobby and C Dub did our pros and cons of keeping Matt Eberflus yesterday. That was part of it. Is that the players do honestly love, and when you have somebody, a veteran like Montez Sweat, who came in and he's nothing but raved by Matt Eberflus and what he's done for that locker room, it's something to be said about that. So
yeah, because like that's the thing. Like you instantly seen his DNA come onto the scene when our DC left. We got rid of our DC. You instantly see we see more blitz. We see more disguise coverages. We seen us play a shit ton more of man. Something we've been asking for. So we have no doubt this dude know how to coach defense. Except a couple times, like you said, when he dropped in Justin Jones and coverage, and he also, like I said, from the head coach position, he's gained an experience of like learning how to win and close out games, because that's his main thing. He could call a hell of a game on defense, but he gets real conservative, and that's an experience thing. Once you be in more games, realizing okay, I got to put my foot on their throat in more situations, like that Falcons game. He realized I don't care how weak I think this offensive line or this offense I'm going against is. I'm going to put my foot on the neck, and we're going to keep scoring. So I'm more lenient when it comes to Flus than I was for Getsy. But now my question is Pose and Kevin, are they going to sit there and allow him to pick his coaching staff again, or they're going to have more thought or process of what they're going to do for the coaching staff?
And that was a question that we had too as well. The way that I look at it is this: Matt Eberflus did choose Luke Getsy, and he chose to keep him on. And so because of that, I really do hope that Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren step in and really say, "Hey, listen, Flus, we betting on you. We believe that you still have potential to." Because he was a first-time head coach, and don't get me wrong, I have my problems with Matt Eberflus as a head coach, but he is a first-time head coach. If there's still some potential, the same way we talk about Justin Fields still having potential, even with how some things have gone with him, maybe they think that there's still some potential in Matt Eberflus as a head coach. And I could say objectively, there are some signs of thinking that. But they then have to say, we got to find some veteran coordinators to help shore up things that you're short on in your game, and that is situational defense. He needs a defensive coordinator that brings that, and you need an offensive mind that is going to get completely creative, because Matt Eberflus has no idea what the fuck to do on offense, and that's cool, right? I to a degree, as a head coach, I like my head coach to kind of be involved a little bit in everything. But okay, the Bears look at it different. That's cool. But they got some things that they definitely need to work on and continue to grow and develop in Matt Eberflus. And you can do that by having a better, what's the word I'm looking for? Better coordinators around him. And that's something that I really hope that they look to really do.
And I see a lot of people like get rid of Flus and everything. I get you. Like, he hasn't been the greatest leader of men. Well, I can't even say that. He hasn't been the greatest CEO. I will say that. He hasn't been the greatest CEO. But that's what comes with experience. Like, versus like if you look like I love people like to compare the Houston situation, but that's one situation I also like them bringing up, because I'll be like, they're not in the same situation. They understand they had a defensive coach and who played in the league, and he realized, I need to get some people up in here that know how to call games, that's not gonna come in here and whoever's on this team, they're gonna play around their strengths, not be, oh, this is what I want to run, and this is how it's going to be. That's been the whole success of the Houston team. It's not just CJ. Yes, CJ is a big part of it, but the reason CJ is so good is because they're telling him, and they came in and said, dude, we ain't finna tell you be no different than what you was in Ohio State, and we finna put ample amount of opportunity from O-line to weapons around you and coaching to allow you to be the best that you can be. And he didn't put up 4,000 yards. We didn't do that here. We sat there and hired a coach because we felt like he was running an offense that was very hard to beat. That was one of the offenses that Eberflus personally struggled to beat when he was a defensive coordinator. So he said, I want that offense because it was hard to beat, instead of I want a brilliant offensive mind that I know no matter what weapons I have, they're going to be able to work with them. That's how you hire a coach versus, oh, that's just the numbers I see. They're a potent offense. I need that coach.
Yep. And we do have the official report from Adam Schefter. After extensive meetings Monday and Tuesday, the Bears are not making a head coaching change, and Matt Eberflus officially is expected to return for the 2024 season.
It is what it is.
It's not, and I get it. Would I have loved Jim Harbaugh? Would I have even loved Eric Bieniemy? Yes, but you guys got to understand. I get it, and I've seen the comments why they're rewarding somebody who went 7-10. You got to keep in mind they came into this with a rebuild in mind, and Ryan Poles did set the expectation of 3 to 4 years. And that's the contract that Eberflus has. Giving him one more year, and if you improve everything and bring in better coordinators, it's not outside the realm to say, hey, we improved some. We more than doubled our wins from last year. The defense wasn't a problem. Let's support you better with a better offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator that has some experience, and then let's see. This isn't a vote of confidence, meaning that Matt Eberflus is the coach for the next 5 years. It's basically saying we're going to improve what we can do. We're going to continue to evaluate you, and let's see what you bring us next year. But keep in mind, them taking intense meetings Monday and Tuesday to just decide if you're going to keep Matt Eberflus, to me that says that there's enough there that if the season goes left again next year and we don't see the development we want, Eberflus is probably next season is probably Eberflus's last year.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I know we didn't have that little spats on who picked who, but like I said, just another vote of confidence that he felt like this coach could get the job done. So, like you said, they done had a extensive meeting for 2 days. Hey, they probably already looking like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We need a better plan. We need a better everything. We need to figure this out. But hey, when you have a coach that hasn't lost the locker room and was able to turn around a team that looked like it was in the shitter, like, bro, is especially if you've been in that locker room before, it's very hard to get rid of a coach like that. It just really is. Like, I know some people just like, oh, they're the professionals, they'll get over eventually. It's not always like that. It's really not always like that, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which is probably our most potent and best part of this team. So I understand it. I may not like it, but like we all been saying, in Poles we trust.
Yeah, that's a fact. Now, let me ask you this. With the offensive coordinator going away and Luke Getsy, Courtney Cronin, as well as some others, have said that they feel like Justin Fields' future at the Bears may be tied to Luke Getsy. I've never really quite understood that. I see somebody like Smear60 saying meaning that Justin Fields is gone. Don't necessarily believe that myself. But, Steve, what do you think that this means for Justin Fields from what we know so far? Do you think moving on from Luke Getsy, is it more of a sign of, hey, we feel like this guy was holding our QB back? Or do you think this may be a sign of let's clear the slate completely offensively?
I honestly felt like if we got rid of both, there was no way Justin was coming back. I always felt like we kept one. I kept it at 50%. Okay. So I feel like it's like 40-50% Justin still stays, because I just don't see how you sit there and, like I said, if you're really sitting down and watching the tape, I don't see how you give more trust into your head coach more than your quarterback. Your quarterback did endure way more than what your coach had to endure. So the fact that Justin hasn't completely been broken until this point, and he's did things that was not the Justin way or even in his bracket of what he's good at, and he still maintained a somewhat decent season, that shows you the where he can go in this season. That shows you that ceiling, it still hasn't been broken through. And you constantly, for the last 2 days, I don't know if you've been paying attention on Twitter or just the social media, but it's like almost every professional athlete that used to play or didn't or play now is sitting like, I don't know why y'all sitting here trying to get rid of Fields for.
Yeah.
Like I think, and one thing we know about this organization, they listen to the media. And we can't say that about a lot of organizations.
That is very, very true with this, and sometimes to the detriment of the organization, but that is true. And the way that I look at it is, I'll say this: I think not moving on from Matt Eberflus kind of leans me in the direction of maybe keeping Justin, but something I'm actually going to talk about on the daily today. I'm going to give a picking to the content. I'm going to talk about how the Bears on today's daily episode can still give Justin Fields a chance in 2024, but may still draft a quarterback later in this draft, because there's a couple of quarterbacks that the Bears can get that they could do both. So we may see a world in which the Bears are living in both worlds, which I think may be a surprise there.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm starting to hear a lot of Drake Mays in the world. So I'm just sitting here like, hey, Bears, such a buckle up your seatbelts. Like I said, it's 9 o'clock and we live. So I told y'all this. It don't stop.
It don't stop. We told you content's not stopping just because the season's over with. And I hope we've proven this to y'all now. Like this is breaking news. We got a super chat here. It says the ops out and that's a win. P.S. Steve-O, please don't hate me for no profile picture from Big Blake. Shout out to you, brother.
No, it's just I just can't stand motherfuckers that try to bake and don't have a profile picture. That's the only thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's like the hide in your hand techniques that I don't like.
Let me see your ass. Oh man.
Yeah. But definitely, man. This is crazy, man. Step in the right direction in me and Steve-O's opinion. This is something that we both kind of expected that needed to happen, because regardless, and this is the thing that I did say regardless, right? I know people like to make everything about Justin Fields or keeping or letting go. This is just a simple football. Like, you got more young talent on this team than just Justin. Hell, if you're drafting a wideout, if you're drafting an offensive tackle, you got Roshan here, you got DJ Moore here. There's nothing even outside of Justin Fields. There's nothing Luke Getsy showed that he deserved to guide a young offense that is he's done nothing to show it. So I think this was a first step in the right direction to get done with this.
I also got to add in, I did say the media pay attention to the media. I mean, the team pays attention to the media, but I also got to say they listen to their players too. Because I feel like what DJ been saying, but the last things DJ and Brisker were saying was pretty damn deep. And they was like, bro, this game plan was garbage. Like, I don't know what we was out there doing. But go ahead.
Especially DJ Moore's been kind of a little, as he's been here longer in Chicago, he's kind of felt a little bit more comfortable. And even him saying, like, I know you probably saw that clip when he was like, well, I talked to him. Will they listen to me? Will they not? And later on that same day, he threw mad shade toward Luke Getsy. I wouldn't be surprised if DJ Moore, people try to make it if it's about Justin or not. I wouldn't be surprised if DJ Moore went into that in-season meeting and was like, listen, I had my career best year here, and I love being here. But that Getsy fella, he ain't the one.
Bro, because he did say, he said, I don't know if they're gonna listen to what I said. And I think everybody credited to Justin. No, he was probably like, hey, look, I had my career year here. I don't even know how that happened. You know what? I do know how it happened. It was Justin. It wasn't his damn scheme.
That's the thing too. So, hey, great news to get here. Like I said, the daily episode still coming. That'll probably be here. I'm gonna delay it a little bit now. Let this news eat a little bit. But hey, man, at least the Bears have made their move now. They've started their offseason by firing offensive coordinator Luke Getsy. We'll now see what gets to happen going forward. Matt Eberflus is expected to stay on. Let's see what happened next, Steve-O.
Hey, get y'all popcorn ready.
And like we keep telling y'all, we the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got this news out before ESPN reported on it. Tell me, you can't tell me you're getting that anywhere else, man. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Shy Bear Central on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. Oh, hold on, we got a super chat here. I like to get the super chats before we go. Super chat says, did Marv declare for the draft? Because I don't see anything saying that he did. I don't think he officially yet. The date hasn't crossed yet either.
He declared without declaring. That man said before the bowl game, an hour before, he ain't playing. That motherfucker come to that fair.
That's a great fact in there as well. So, but we appreciate you guys so much, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. 773-242-9336 if you want to be in the mailbag. Love you guys. Go Bears. Chi-Town up. Bear down, y'all.